Welcome back to your favorite Sacramento sports show.
Beam City Sports.
Yes, sir. We are back after a 2-week hiatus. We're back live in the studio, live on YouTube. Got my boys with me. Got a lot to talk about today. How are we feeling, Luke and Devin?
It has been way too long.
Way too long.
And we have a lot of exciting stuff to talk about. Probably some of the most exciting basketball that has been going on this whole season. So I feel good to be back. Every time I walk through these doors, it's a blessing.
Yes, sir. Dev.
Yep.
Good to have you.
Too long, like you said. Glad to be back with my dogs. And, I'm excited. I'm a Pacers fan. We going to the Western Conference or Eastern Conference Finals. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, a lot of really exciting stuff. I mean, we've been gone for a while, so I'm excited to get back into it.
Honestly, I'm with that. I'm with the Pacers.
And they don't want to see the Knicks next round, man. Jalen Brunson, he might be the best player in the league.
That's that.
We'll get into that.
NBC, when basketball used to be on NBC, it's going back next year. Shout out. But like when the Knicks and Pacers were always in the Eastern Conference, like that's what that reminds me of, bro.
And they have Jordan back next year going on NBC.
Yep.
So that will be crazy to see. Before we start the show and get into the topics, got to show some love to P. Rose. The MLB, is not banning him anymore. So he will make the Hall of Fame. Well deserved. One of the best hitters of all time, if not the best. So shout out to P. Rose, man.
And Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Yes.
He is also back. They will both be in there for sure.
Yeah, shout out to both of them. Some baseball legends finally getting some love. But yeah, we have a lot of NBA talk to go over today. Jayson Tatum is out. He tore his right Achilles. Probably going to miss all of next year. So the Celtics are done, man. I've been saying it. It's tough to go back to back. Everything has to go right.
Yeah.
And, an injury like that can definitely affect your chances of winning it all this year and next year.
Yeah. No, that's for every sports fan. If you're a true NBA fan, that hurts, like, no matter what. You don't like to see a player of that caliber go down that way, because you love to see good basketball be played. And without him, it's tough for Boston to do anything.
Yeah, never want to see any injuries or wish that on anybody. But yeah, I mean, it just, especially when it's this late into the season and playoffs and all that. Like, I mean, it's even worse because I just went through it with the Niners. I mean, Dre Greenlaw tore his Achilles in the Super Bowl. He literally didn't come back till like the last 3 games of this last year. So I mean, you're out a while, and with how good modern medicine is these days, I mean, it's still pretty, like, that's a tough injury to come back from. But he's young, he'll get back. But yeah, they had to have everything go right, and that was one big thing that went wrong. So, but it's tough.
Definitely tough for them. It was a non-contact injury as well, so those are always the scariest.
There's been a lot in the playoffs. Yeah. Like over the weekend, I feel like a lot of them. Dame, was just last week. Tatum, Steph,
Donovan Mitchell looks hurt too. Yeah, so a lot of injuries going around. This is the toughest part of the year. Everyone's getting worn down. Everyone's tired. But yeah, prayers up for Jayson Tatum, man. Definitely one of the best players in the league. He had a great year. And, to go out like that after dropping 40 points against the Knicks, doing everything he could to keep them in the game. And now he's out for, who knows how long. So that sucks for Tatum.
It's crazy. This will make you happy. Somebody was talking about he's going to be out for a while next year. So they were talking about Paolo's going to be the best player in the East.
Ooh. Hey, that's a good take.
That's crazy. They said nuke that conference.
Oh, because Giannis.
Because Giannis he's coming into the West.
Yeah, Giannis will most likely be out West, sadly.
That's actually kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Unless Cade makes a jump.
Hey, that's
true.
That's a good point.
Cade is on a rise like that.
Cade and him.
And then everybody on the net, like Cat could also like kind of make a jump like that still.
Yeah.
Like Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, Jalen Brunson. That's my boy right there. I got him right now.
But Paolo definitely will be in that conversation.
Yeah. 100%. Whoever wins the finals from the East this year is gonna hold that title for a good little while until next year.
Yeah, definitely. If the Pacers win, Haliburton's definitely gonna get a lot of love. He already is, definitely all well deserved. But yeah, we got a lot of people in the chat right now. So give us your thoughts on Jayson Tatum's injury, or the NBA playoffs so far. Anything you want to say that you think is going on?
It's not funny, but like all those like memes of Drake are coming back out when like KD got hurt in the finals, and he was like on the sideline, like or the Clay video, and he was like, man, and that shit was just it's not funny, but people always find a way to make light of bad situations, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
They're fine. They're making millions.
That's what I think too. I'm like, you feel bad for them, but then you think like they're still going to have a great offseason, even though if they're recovering, they got all this money. So Tatum will be fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, sad for Celtics fans. I know Milo's hurting over there. I've been talking to him about the Knicks all year, man. I said that was the team that he has to watch out for, and he didn't believe it. In the regular season, it looked like he was, right about that. The Knicks couldn't beat any good teams, and now playoffs is a different story. Get to that fourth quarter, Brunson is going to take over.
Yeah. And then, I mean, you just got a question, like, damn, the Knicks are really like that kind of like, they're put together, they're healthy, they're ready for this.
They're finally
even
healthy.
after playing 40 minutes a game all season.
Well, and that's
like,
I feel like that's kind of, as crazy as it is to look at it like this, an advantage for them because they've been doing this. They've been playing heavy minutes for the last 3 years. This same team, like every game, 40 minutes. And then you get into the playoffs, we see the non-contact injuries with, the 4 people that it happened to. But it's like, I feel like the Knicks are going to be pretty healthy throughout the rest of the playoffs. Yeah. Just because they're kind of built like that.
Yeah, they're built like this. And Tibbs really has, instilled that into them all year, playing them 40 minutes every regular season game pretty much. And I think, give some respect to their front office. They went out and made the right moves for guys that can play under Tibbs. Like last year we saw, they had some injuries in the playoffs because Tibbs was playing their guys too much. And now they have a guy like Mikal Bridges who's never missed a game in the NBA. He's played never missed a game.
Never missed a game.
He's been in the NBA for years. He never missed a game in college. I think the last time he's missed a game is like his freshman year of high school.
He's in the NBA like 8 years.
Yeah, and he never missed a game. So the longest streak ever, Mikal Bridges, of not missing a game. And then you have OG Anunoby, who's also that type of player who doesn't like to miss games, who, when he's healthy, he's going to play a ton of minutes. Yep. Brunson, that too, he's going to play. Nice. Cat, and then Josh Hart. That's just the perfect 5 for Tibbs to have to, not put any subs in. It just works out. And then you got Mitchell Robinson coming in, playing a couple minutes off the bench.
Yeah.
That's just the perfect team. So shout out to their front office for sure.
It's scary.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah. Shout out to the Knicks.
Then it's also not that scary because that looks like one of the only good teams in the East right now.
Yeah. The next round is going to be
Pacers.
The conference finals in the East are going to be crazy.
Yeah,
7? I'm going 7. I'm ripping 7 right off the bat.
WWE rematch.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's so funny. They did fight in the WWE.
They did. Do the Celtics have any chance though with Jaylen Brown? Jaylen Brown claimed he's the best driver in the NBA. He said he's the best driver in the NBA. We got to see it tonight, Jaylen. We got to see it because I don't believe it.
I think they grab one more tonight.
You think it's in Boston tonight?
Yeah. I think they grab tonight, but then they lose.
I wouldn't be surprised if they won maybe even 2 or 1, but they're not winning the series.
No.
But it's definitely not like the percentage chance of them winning 2 more games in this series is like the Mavs percentage they had to get the number 1 pick.
1 in 7,532 odds for the draft lottery. I guess we should jump into that. The draft lottery, man. A lot of talk around the NBA about what happened in this draft lottery. The Dallas Mavericks won the draft lottery. They have the number 1 pick in the draft after trading Luka Doncic. I can't believe the NBA did that.
Right?
The top 3 is actually just insane when you think about it. The Spurs were number 2, and the Philadelphia 76ers were number 3. That means the worst 4 teams in the league all fell 4 spots. None of those guys got the top 3. They had the 4 worst records in the league. The Mavs had like the 10th best odds of getting the first pick, and they get it.
Since the format changed in 2019, I think it was. Yeah. Didn't the worst record it used to be like 25%?
Yeah, it used
now it's
to be
like 14 or whatever. 13.
Now it's all like straight across the same.
So since it's changed, every like team that has had the worst record hasn't got the number 1 pick yet.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm sick. I'm sick because I thought like NBA and like including MLB were like the last 2 like kind of true sports that couldn't really toss right now, but there's obviously something going down that's being it's ugly.
People say, you know how hard it is to rig games.
It's like, nah.
I mean, well, this is something that would be easy too. Like, bro, there's no cameras in there. They do a pre-done 30-minute show after they finish it. Yep. Like, I mean, it just looked like, I'm not saying it is. And I know there's a whole independent like firm that watches over it.
Yeah.
And like, why would they want to ruin their reputation? But I'm just saying it looks not right, bro. It don't look right.
It's not right. Definitely not right. So the percentage chance of the top 3 going how it did, the Mavericks getting 1, the Spurs getting 2, Sixers getting number 3, was a 0.0133% chance. That is insane numbers.
To go in that order.
To go in that order.
Jesus.
Yeah. Very close to 0. That is 1 in 7,532 odds. The NBA lottery is 100% rigged, man. And LeBron even said it on the Pat McAfee show a while ago.
That came back up. Yeah,
that definitely has been coming back up. He said that, hey, when he was drafted, Cleveland somehow got the number 1 pick because he's from Cleveland. Derrick Rose, when Chicago, they didn't have a good percentage chance of getting the number 1 pick when Derrick Rose was coming out, and they got it because he's from Chicago. Even Patrick Ewing back in the day.
People say that draft actually was rigged.
Well, we saw because that was when they used to do it live.
Yeah.
So David Stern pulled the Knicks card, and you could see a bend in the card. So that's how he knew it was the Knicks, and that's where Patrick Ewing was supposed to go.
Yep.
It's just,
I mean, that's crazy.
And then
why can't anybody? Why didn't we get Jared then? What the hell?
Because the NBA does not care about the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy that this is how the lottery went down. Feel bad for teams like the Hornets, the Jazz, and the Wizards. Those teams all deserve.
The Jazz been asked for 3 years, and they haven't gotten
the number 1 pick. People
are
already saying though that they're going to get the number 1 pick next year because the guy who's going to BYU is projected to be the number 1 pick. So they think he's going to go to Utah and stay there. Build a fan base in Utah. I don't love it.
And then there's also another thing that just came out that people realized. You go back to Anthony Davis getting drafted by New Orleans.
Oh, yeah.
And then he gets traded to the Lakers after that.
Yep.
The Pelicans then get ordered
the lottery.
Next draft pick to get Zion Williamson.
Yep.
And then the next first-round draft pick was they traded. It was Luka to LA. They get rewarded for that. There was another one. Oh, Chris Paul. Chris Paul got traded.
Yeah.
And that's how they got Anthony Davis.
Yeah. It's just a whole thing, and it just tells you that the NBA is built around the Lakers.
Yeah,
it's just it goes through the Lakers.
Yeah,
and it's just sad. But yeah,
even and putting so much of the attention on the Mavericks getting the number 1 pick, bro. The Spurs and the Sixers get 2 and 3.
The Spurs pisses me off more than
2
anything.
2 and 14. Yeah, they get 2 and 14.
That makes me so mad.
Oh yeah,
like
they're getting Giannis.
They're getting KD or Giannis.
They're getting KD or Giannis.
There's no reason for them to draft Dylan Harper. They have Castle. They have Fox.
There's no
the
reason.
Amount of talent on all 3 of those teams, like as is, and they have 1, 2, and 3 is just disgusting.
It is. But yeah,
the Sixers getting 3 also. Like that's not even talking about it.
Jared McCain, like Maxey.
They have
Paul George about to hop back on the podcast,
George is
bro. He's so excited.
Like Ash. And Joel Embiid's still a top caliber player.
Yeah.
Get him back healthy, and then that's just it's rigged. Bro.
It's rigged. It's definitely rigged. But yeah, so I mean there is an argument to that it's not rigged because Dallas, do you guys think, that's what I was gonna ask you, do you guys think that when the Luka trade happened, do you think like it was through the NBA, like Adam Silver told the Mavs, hey, if you trade Luka to LA, we'll give you the number 1 pick?
I'm starting to believe something.
You could convince me of that.
But the argument against that is the Mavs, if they made the playoffs, they wouldn't have had a chance in the lottery. So they wouldn't have, been able to get the number 1 pick. And that was, they didn't make the playoffs because Kyrie tore his Achilles, because Anthony Davis was hurt for that long.
Mm-hmm.
All these other things happened. So can you really say that Adam Silver said that? Because if Kyrie stayed healthy, they probably make the playoffs.
I mean, they got blown out by the Grizzlies. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure Nico came to them and was like, hey, guys, if you want to play with Cooper next year,
we got to lose this
game. You have to lose.
They should have just lost the Kings game, man.
They should have just lost there.
I mean, when you put it like that, it is a little bit harder to like wrap my head around, but it's really not. And I don't even want to hear it right now, bro. It just looks so bad that I'm going to need like a couple days until I hear some arguments about why it's not rigged, right? Because I'm not having it right now.
Yeah. Well, going on back to the lottery, the Spurs are most likely going to trade the pick. We have someone in the chat saying they still won't win. Probably talking about the Mavs. I agree. Yeah. Even though Cooper is that guy, they're not going to win. I mean, that team though, that starting 5 does look pretty damn nice. Kyrie, Clay, Cooper at the 3, that's questionable. Anthony Davis and then Gafford.
You got to remember, Kyrie's not going to be there for the first.
That's a big point too.
The whole season.
And I could see, because they really don't have anybody like young besides Lively.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Mm-hmm. And then they're going to get flagged, obviously. But then it's like, you got to do some more things for the depth, obviously, which they probably will.
Yeah. They'll probably trade PJ Washington.
Do they make another trade with the center to the Lakers and trade for Austin Reeves?
That's what I've been seeing too. And there's no way that Raw Pelinka picks up the phone again from Nico Harrison, because he already finessed him too much. Bro. So there's just no reason for him to even call the phone.
Trade PJ to Sac.
PJ Washington?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'd be down. That'd be a pretty solid pickup.
Yeah.
I want it, bro. Like 2 years
we giving him?
DeMar. You want DeMar?
Oh, yeah.
DeMar?
If they want DeMar,
give him DeMar.
Yeah.
Y'all some cap space from there, right?
Yeah. Y'all want DeMar DeRozan?
Then we can re-sign Jake.
True that. Well, so our final thoughts on the lottery is that it's 100% rigged.
100%.
There's no really argument against it besides
The Kings had a better chance in getting a top 4 pick than this happening.
No,
and it didn't happen.
And that's what I wanted to emphasize too, because we're sitting here with like a 3.8% chance, and we were knowing we're not going to get the number 1 pick. 1.8, like. But congrats to Mavs fans, bro. I feel like, I'm happy for them. All the stuff they went through in the last,
the
3 months.
The fans didn't deserve Luka getting traded. They were pissed about it.
Tyler getting this number, the 0.013.
No, yeah. Where did you pull that from?
That's
Twitter. A crazy.
Definitely Twitter.
That's insane.
Or X.
That just
Twitter.
makes it even more like I'm sick, bro.
That's insane.
I hate the league.
Yeah, it's
I'm just
crazy.
King league.
But I was thinking about it. The Kings. So I was wondering if the Kings won that game against the Mavs that me and you were at, and then they end up losing the game against the Grizzlies, the exact same thing the Mavericks did. Does that mean the Kings would have got the number 1 pick?
No,
I think
exactly. But but would we have had that percentage chance that the Mavs had of getting it?
They
I'm
lost,
pretty sure
one more game than us.
Yeah.
So
but then they were higher
lower,
up than us.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know.
I don't really
it's
know how
also
that
different
works.
because our trade with Atlanta also was involved with it. So where Atlanta landed,
at least that went through. We finally own our first round pick
next year
and
years to come.
And, next
except
year
we traded away our first round pick for Kevin
Herter.
Hey, it's okay. It's over. Like, imagine if we got the pick and then next year we would have had to been like, oh, bro, our pick might go to Atlanta.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
At least it's done.
Hey, we're gonna be in the playoffs next year, though. Don't
let. I mean,
don't let.
You're right.
Hey, also going
I'm not talking about playoffs. I'm not talking about playoffs.
On the Bulls side of things, though, they had the same record as the Dallas Mavericks, and there was a coin flip to see who would have a 0.1% chance higher of getting the top pick. And the Mavs won the coin flip, and then they get the number 1 pick, and the Bulls get number 12.
They also
they lose the coin flip for Luka, like the year Luka.
They lost the coin flip to Luka.
So it's actually crazy how the lottery worked out.
Yeah.
The NBA definitely knew what they were doing there. Hey, but it's going to get the ratings up. It's going to get people interested. Cooper in Dallas seems pretty fun, actually. So yeah, should be fun to see.
Fun till you remember they're in the West, bro.
Yeah, and then we got to play them 4 times a year.
Yeah,
that's not going to be fun.
Abolish the conferences.
Yeah. Hey, once Giannis comes to the West, they probably should.
Hey, at least just send us to the East, bro.
Send the Kings to the East, man. Please. Then we can keep DeMar and make the playoffs.
Literally.
But all right, well, we should get into the second round of the playoffs. Probably the most unpredictable playoffs of all time. Every top seed is struggling. Besides, the Thunder, you can say they're on pace to do what they want to do. But yeah, so the Pacers beat the Cavs 4-1. Shout out to Hallie. What the Haliburton is going on in Indiana. But yeah, then the Thunder are up 3-2 on the Nuggets. Warriors are down 3-1 to the Timberwolves. That got me depressed, actually. Steph. They got to win tonight, and then Steph's going to bring them back from 3-1. We've seen it before, Steph. You can do it. I still have some faith.
Would you risk that, though? Like, if he's not 100%?
And then he might be out all next year if he gets hurt more. But yeah, and then the Knicks are up 3-1 on the Boston Celtics. So we should start with the Pacers, though. Pacers beating the Cavs 4-1. What a series, man. From game 1 on, it's been a crazy series. Game 1, Pacers came out and hit 19 threes. Cavs only hit 9. They won that by 9. But game 2 was really the deciding factor in the series. Haliburton hit that game winner. We haven't been able to talk about it yet.
No.
The offensive rebound on the free throw, getting his own rebound, walking it back out, taking the step back 3, knocking it down for the win. That was insane.
You know what's crazy is I feel like we're like talking about those kind of situations like the last bar episode we did. Because you were like, well, if you're up 3 and you foul with seconds left, and then I was like, miss it on purpose. And then that should actually happen.
Yeah.
Like, I was like,
that's why you don't foul, because something like that can happen. It's a lower percentage chance, but hey.
I was at my TV, like the meme where he's like, I was just talking about that.
Didn't that happen in the Nuggets and Clippers series?
That
too?
was when it was Aaron Gordon. Yeah. So it's obviously not worked out. But yeah, then game 3 of this series, the Cavs came out and they had their guys back. Mobley, Garland, and Hunter all came back. And Donovan Mitchell had 43 points. He's been going off all series. Pretty much the only guy on the Cavs who's been consistent in the scoring department. They need some help, man. They looked great all regular season, but obviously playoffs is a different story.
What's crazy is it's like, you could make an argument for those Utah teams that were in the playoffs, I guess, but this is obviously the best team he's ever been on. And then for him to they got to the second round, but for it to go like that, And then for him to still be going off throughout that, like I feel kind of bad for Donovan.
Donovan, yeah. I mean, he's doing everything he can, man.
He's doing everything.
And he's hobbled. We got more talks in the chat. To think the Kings could have had Tyrese still, it does hurt, man.
Sick, bro.
Yeah, I definitely wish we still had Tyrese Haliburton, but I wish we traded Fox for Sabonis because he said they opted for Sabonis. I think getting Sabonis was a good move, but in the moment, I wanted to trade Fox. If you think back to all those years ago, because we just got Haliburton, he's way younger,
He was
more of a fan favorite.
Yeah.
He claimed he was going to be in Sacramento his whole career. And Fox, never really said that. Fox kind of is a little bit more of a diva. He kind of wants to be more in the spotlight. I don't think he loves the small market like Hallie does. Obviously, he's showing it in Indiana. He's never going to leave Indiana. He's going to be there his whole career. He's going to be. He already might be the best pacer of all time besides Reggie Miller.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, right now, I'm gonna put Reggie's gonna kill him any day. But
no, Reggie definitely is number one right now. But I mean, he never won a ring. So if Hallie can get a ring somehow,
because freaking Ron Artest, man, and Steven Jackson, bro.
That wasn't with Reggie.
Yeah, that was one of his last years. They were talking about it on Matt Barnes' show.
He was there at Malice of the Past.
Because they were like Steven and Reggie was like crying and shit. I was like, ooh.
What was he doing to Ron Artest?
Bro,
that was crazy,
bro. The funniest part is Ron Artest came back, dude. No, the funniest part is he was like, Ron Artest come back in the locker room and said, "You think we're gonna get in trouble for that?" And they're like, everybody just got and started laughing at him. Bro.
That's hilarious. But yeah, back to the Pacers Cavs Game 4. After the Cavs won Game 3 pretty easily, Game 4 came out and the Pacers were up by 41 points at halftime. The largest halftime deficit of all time in the playoffs.
Game was over.
41 points. Yeah, I turned it off second half. It was a G League game second half.
I kept it on, but just because I was playing video games throughout. But I looked back and I was like, I was talking to the homies in the heads. I was like, it's at 40 right now, bro. It's cooked.
Yeah, that was disgusting. 7 or more Pacers had 10 points. Pacers had 37 assists. So just moving the rock left and right. No one really had a crazy night for them. It was just everyone. Hallie had about 20. Miles Turner had like 20. Everyone going off.
Team basketball, right?
Team basketball.
That's what
very
hoops.
ethical.
It kind of reminded me of there's been a few.
Don't
games.
say the old Kings. Don't say the old Kings. You always say the old Kings.
I was gonna say the 2012 San Antonio Spurs.
Okay. I love that comp. Actually, that's a fucking perfect comp.
He wasn't gonna say that. He just pulled that.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
You do always compare the fun, fast teams of the old Kings, which is valid. Yeah, a couple times.
Always.
I was about to.
Hey,
I was gonna say it, and then Luke started talking.
I don't remember the last time I compared it.
No, we're just messing.
I know, but just the passing and
the Spurs though, that is spot on.
It was like just fluid. They had plenty of open shots. And then they were just like, there's a better
one.
One more. They
one
beat
more.
The Heat in the finals.
Yeah.
That was good. That was good hoops.
Great team.
Yeah.
Well, Game 5 we saw last night. Haliburton came out with 31, 6 rebounds, and 8 assists. Andrew Nembhard with 18 points and 6 assists. And Pascal with 21 and 8. Man, that big three right there. Andrew Nembhard is really like that.
Dude, the team is just so perfectly
put together,
built around Haliburton.
It is.
And even, I mean, they went out and they took their chance to try to get Pascal, and they made the Eastern Conference Finals. Whatever, they didn't they came out and made more moves after that, and then that's why they're in the spot they're in right now. Like it's just, not like us and stepped on every landmine after the trade, possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's perfect team for Haliburton.
It really is. Smith as well is just perfect fit.
I hope the players that voted Hallie most overrated were on the Bucks and the Cavs.
Yeah.
That's
at least Dame.
Beautiful.
Because he was beefing for no reason.
Dame definitely voted he's overrated.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, he was disrespected. Now I love Hallie to, put the world on notice and let him know, hey, you can't disrespect me like that. I'm really like that.
And shout out Bron for saying that on me. He was like, hey, no disrespect, don't disrespect Hallie like that.
Yeah.
Don't say nothing.
Not Haliburton. Come on.
Burton.
Yeah, but Donovan Mitchell, man, he did everything he could, even on the hobbled ankle. Had 35 points and 9 rebounds. I don't think he had a game under 30 this series. So
crazy.
Get that man some help. Darius Garland did not show up in this series. Only went 4 of 16 yesterday. Also, my guy, Ty Jerome. What a horrible series for Ty Jerome. I love his game, but man, he was not ready to play this series.
Right,
the brights were too light. He was, planning on getting paid a bag this offseason. Still probably will get a good contract, but not like he thought he was going to get.
He thought.
Yeah, because this playoffs, in the first round, he was cooking. This round, he did not show up.
If you don't
at least
believe,
he wasn't.
if you don't believe, don't show up.
Who am I? Yep, I was about to bring that up.
Oh
bro.
my God.
Max Strus.
Max Strus.
Best
Oh my
Clay.
God.
He did his best Steph Curry impression of the Game 7 in Sac. If you don't believe, don't come to work. And then he followed that up with his best Klay Thompson 0 for 10 playing game performance. Like that's so funny.
I don't know what bro was thinking. You got to leave that type of, text to the star
Bench
guys.
players talking like starters.
Yeah, I mean, he does
crazy.
start a lot of games for them at the 3, but still, you're not that guy.
So
You're not that
funny.
guy, Max. I love your game though, but damn, 0 for 9 after texting the team, don't show up if you don't believe.
You got hit one, bro.
You got to hit one.
You gotta
man.
hit
You got to
one.
hit
He
one.
didn't believe.
Yeah, he must have not believed.
That's how I know.
They also, Darius Garland said when they went down 3-1, he said, hey, this franchise has been here before. Like LeBron was going to walk through the door. LeBron is not walking through that door anytime soon, bro. There's no way you guys are going to come back. But yeah, I mean, Max Strus, they need a better 3 though. Next year, I think they need someone like more feisty, more, intense, because they had Max Strus guarding Haliburton, most of the game. And Hallie was just getting whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
He was getting any type of 3 he wanted, making assists left and right. So yeah, they need a better 3.
I mean, there's also
Draymond?
the off-ball
What?
screens, man. The off-ball screens were huge
Yeah.
for them. Like there were 2 people open on damn near every play.
Yeah.
It was
They
insane.
should trade for Draymond.
That's not happening.
That's not. Draymond's also going to retire on the Warriors.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Miles Turner, got to give him some love. He had a great series. Him and Haliburton are one of the best big guard duos in the league. Very underrated. But yeah, also shout out to the Pacers front office, man. They put this team together. They traded for a guy like Pascal Siakam. They drafted Nembhard. They traded for Nesmith, drafted Miles Turner. Miles Turner might get his jersey retired in Indiana. He's been there for so long.
I see it.
Yeah.
He's not going nowhere.
He's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
He's got his Legos set up in Indiana. He's living good. He loves those damn Legos.
Even if he's going to deny any trade. He's like, no, that's not happening. They're like,
Yeah.
all right. Okay,
Yeah.
Miles.
For so many years, he's been in the trade talks every trade deadline, and he never got moved. So
You're gonna go like
yeah.
Beasley. Don't trade.
Yeah, don't trade me. But yeah, well, I guess we can jump on to the next series. Thunder versus the Nuggets. Thunder won last night in Game 5. It's 3-2 Thunder. This series has been very back and forth.
Probably the best second round.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
has been a very
Probably the
good
best one.
series.
Yeah.
Shai dropped 31, 6 and 7 last night. J-Dub with 18, 9 and 4. I got to put some respect on J-Dub's name, man. He's had some big games in this series. I keep saying he's not a number 2 on a championship team, but man, is he making it hard for me to continue saying that. Because, I mean, he did have a game when the Nuggets won where he went 2 of like 15 or something like that.
Yeah.
But still, he's showing up most of these games.
I don't know. I'm gonna be very depressed if the Nuggets don't get through this one.
Me too.
All I've been thinking about is get Brody this ring.
Yeah.
Get Russell this
why?
ring.
He had a rough night.
I was about to ask you why, but just because Russ.
Only Russ.
Yeah,
like
I respect that.
if I was gonna pick a team to root for, it would be the Pacers. But I want
Yeah.
Brody to get his ring.
That would be cool.
I need that.
You know
man.
what? Me too. Get your ring, right?
They're not winning. I don't believe in
bro
it.
to go get some. Now he needs.
Do you think they're going to Game 7?
I think this is going to Game 7.
Game 7.
And also, this series has been very ugly. Like
Yeah.
both
couple
stars have
blowouts.
been very inconsistent.
Yeah.
Like Shai hasn't had a 40-point night or anything too crazy. Last night, 31 was probably his best game. Jokic has been up and down too. I mean, he's had some big games, but also, I mean, last game he had 44, 15, and 5. That's Wilt Chamberlain numbers. But before
Insane.
that, he's been struggling, shooting the ball, getting his little hook shots going. He's been missing some easy bunnies. Hartenstein and Chet is a good matchup for Jokic to kind of
Yeah.
neutralize him.
He's the
It's
goat, bro.
Who?
Jokic.
He's the GOAT already?
Do you think he's GOAT conversation?
I mean, he's definitely
Yeah,
top
top-
10 conversation.
Yeah, I mean, right now.
Yeah, top
if-
10.
yeah.
Top 10, but GOAT,
if he
top
win
5.
If he wins this year,
Yeah,
Top
if he
5?
wins this year, that would be insane.
I'll put him GOAT to get No, if he wins this year, only because he
or
got
at least
Brody's
even
ring.
one more.
I'll do
throughout
anything
his
for
career.
Jokic if he gets Brody's ring.
You're gonna love him for that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Last game, Westbrook went 1 for 7 from the field.
We don't have to talk about that.
MPJ also went 1 for 7 from the field, and Christian Brown went 3 of 12. So those 3 guys are really struggling. Jamal Murray showed up with 28. Chet had a good night with 14 and 8. Caruso 13, but the real MVP of the game, you guys aren't gonna be ready for this. It's Lou Dort, 12 points, all in the second half. Came out and brought them back. And yeah, so Lou Dort making big plays on both ends of the floor.
Nah.
So important for them.
Also, Jalen Williams corner three to like, because Jokic hit that over the head three.
My
another
God,
one,
dude.
another one.
That
And
was
just
insane.
Screw it.
That was to tie the game with like a minute left.
Yeah, and then Jalen Williams came back and hit.
He was just wide open.
Bro likes horses so much he just play horse.
He does. He just plays horse. But yeah, so this series has been pretty crazy though. Game 4.
I got 7.
You got 7. I got 7 too. The Nuggets must be worn out. I'm going Nuggets in 7 too. I don't believe in the Thunder still. I'm low key hating, but hey, call me a hater.
I was also going to say that Nuggets have been put through a ringer for this.
Oh, that's what I was going to say too.
It's
they
the first series definitely took it out.
Win 7,
huge.
Yeah, and now they're probably going to go 7 again. So yeah, if they get to the conference finals, they're going to be gassed.
Yeah.
We've already seen it a couple games in this series, them looking gassed. In Game 4, they only scored 8 points in the first quarter.
Although I will say, Minnesota matchup will be their best matchup.
Yeah,
if they make it to the conference finals,
they need their revenge for last year
they
too.
Need their revenge
because they beat them. Minnesota beat them last year.
Jokic can take care of Gobert handily.
He loves that matchup.
Yeah,
he wants that matchup.
And then Jamal and that's a good matchup, right?
You know who's the X factor in that series? Julius
Randle.
He has showed up.
Bro, he's been playing.
He's been
He's been making us eat our words.
Yeah, he really has, man. He's been on a different level.
But it's crazy. Why haven't you bought in like this, like any other point?
Yeah, I mean, him and Ant are a great duo.
Yeah,
they work well together.
He's playing good.
Yeah,
he's playing good ball.
He's definitely playing pretty good ball. Game 3 though of this Nuggets Thunder series went to overtime. The Nuggets won. Jamal Murray had 27, 8 and 4 steals. Aaron Gordon 22 and 8. MPJ had a big game, 21 and 8, and then Jokic 20, 16 and 6. That was the J-Dub game, though. He had 33 points that game. He was really the only one that showed up for the Thunder. So that game really, I texted you guys in the overtime when J-Dub got stripped. If I'm being honest, I had to rewatch the game because that was when I got off work and J-Dub got stripped. And that was the first thing I saw. I didn't look at the box score yet. And I was like, he's not good enough to be a number 2. And Jackson's like, bro, he has 33. He has 33.
You said that? No,
yeah. He has 33. And then I look at the box score. I'm like, oh, damn, he really does have 33. But it was overtime, and it was like a 2-point game, and he gets stripped, and then they get a fast break layup. I was like, oh, he's not good enough. But he definitely is good enough, man. He's really good. I just think he's more of a 3 than a 4 because he's only like 6'5".
I've always thought that.
Yeah.
Like he's a little bit like Keegan.
Keegan's taller than him.
Tall, that height you can get away with it, even if he was a little bit skinnier his first couple years. But like, I feel like if you're kind of shorter, it's like just play the 3, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Chet and Hartenstein. Just play the 3. Bro.
The NBA is definitely going back to the big lineups like Hartenstein and Chet. Even the Cavs with Allen and Mobley, and then a lot. Who else?
Well,
all these other teams.
Jokic.
They're running.
Gordon ain't tall, but that's a double big.
Yeah, they're running Mitchell Robinson and Cap. Sometimes the Celtics run Porzingis and Al Horford a lot of the time. Randall and Gobert.
I mean, you can kind of when you like kind of zoom out and take a picture of like the cycle of the NBA. You go to the early 2000s, late 90s, and like Allen Iverson and everybody was getting big with the handles and everything. That changed the game right there.
It definitely did.
Went to like kind of a midi game, and then Curry came along, started shooting threes and everything.
Changed everything.
Well, that guard area was also when Shaq and everybody, so it was a big time.
It was definitely big.
And then it shifted to 3-point shooting. Like Curry changed all that.
You know who changed it just as much as Curry? Draymond.
Yeah.
You got to give Draymond love.
Yeah.
Because he was playing that 5 and shooting the ball.
But then
I thought you were talking about like shooting.
No, you were about to roast me.
But then like once Curry started shooting all these threes, every other big man was like, I need to learn how to shoot the ball. I need to do that.
Bro.
But now there's 3-point defense.
It's going back.
It's all
remember when
cycle.
Like DeMarcus in like 2016 started trying to shoot 3, and he was nice.
He was nice.
That third splash, bro.
We drafted Willie Cauley-Stein because we wanted to play Willie and DeMarcus together. A horrible pick.
Who do we pass up for that?
A lot of guys. I think Devin Booker, actually.
Pass up on,
Devin Booker.
Hey, shout out Willie, bro. I mess with Willie.
Shout out Willie. Keegan is a bust in the chat, huh? Damn.
Who?
That's harsh.
Who said that?
An anonymous source says Keegan Murray is a bust.
What does the name say next to it?
We definitely need a big year out of Keegan next year. I need him to average 18.
Who said what's up?
I need you to type your address, your everything in the chat real quick so I can find you.
All right. Well, game 1, it was the Nuggets and the Thunder. This one was the craziest game of the series. That was when Chet missed 2 free throws at the free throw line to win the game. And Aaron Gordon came down and hit the game-winning 3. Got to give some love to Russ there. He made the correct pass. It looked like he was going to go all the way and turn it over or miss a layup or do something.
And the announcers were like, no. And then he passed it, and they were like, Gordon.
Yeah. You know what's funny is Jokic and Jamal Murray did not even run up the floor on that play. Their 2 best players.
That's how you know.
Yeah, they got the rebound and they just let Russ run, and they were like, uh-oh, here we go. What's going to happen? And Aaron Gordon, he's so clutch.
Ron, you said that?
He said that, yeah.
You didn't see that was wrong.
No, I didn't. I just
Randall.
Damn, Ron.
Yeah, so in that game also, Jokic had 42, 22, and 6. Literally the modern-day Wilt Chamberlain. Yeah. It's actually insane. His numbers are just unworldly.
He could actually score 100.
Yeah. If he didn't get those 6 assists.
Wilt's was fake.
Yeah, Wilt's was fake. We didn't see it. It didn't happen. I don't believe it. Kobe's 81 is the highest scoring game. But yeah, before we jump into the Warriors, Timberwolves, and the Knicks, Celtics, I think we should get into Luke's Log of the Week.
Luke's Log of the Week. It's your boy from the Big Apple, Jalen Brunson.
Yes, sir.
Jalen Brunson getting this. 29 over the last 4 games of the series. 29 points per game, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, 45% from the field, 41% 3-point shooting. And he's doing it against the defending champs with he's put their back against the wall and is kind of putting them down. He really brought that.
Wait, what did he do?
And then also he came back from 20 twice also with them. Man. So that's kind of crazy to do that. Huge defensive plays from him and Mikal Bridges coming up clutch to close out the game.
Knicks might just be in their moment right now, bro.
They're slowly becoming the favorites of the finals right now. That's what I'm saying.
We might have a Celtics fan in the chat. Jalen the Flopper. No, he's a certified bucket.
It's Heather.
Jalen Brunson is the best guard out east. He's definitely, I've been saying he's top 5 all year. He's top 3. He's top 3.
In the league?
In the league.
Yeah.
Guard.
I'm going to put, okay, but 1v1.
1v1, he's cooking 1v1? Anyone. Who's he losing to 1v1? Cade. He can post up. No.
He's not beating Cade.
No. He just beat Cade.
Cade's too big.
He just beat Cade.
Not in 1v1.
He just beat Cade in the
series.
Not
in 1v1.
Yeah, you're right. He had a better team.
The game ain't played 1v1.
I do agree with that. I do agree with that. I think Jalen Brunson is a top 3 guard out there.
Yeah.
I can't many more. Besides Paolo and Cade and
he's top 5 in the league. Dude.
I guess I won't say Fox better anymore.
No, you think he's not even close.
Wait, top 5 player guard.
Top 5 player. Top 5 what?
In the East?
Just top 5. Top 5 what? He just top 5.
Yeah.
I don't know about
I'm saying Jalen Brunson's
right
top 5.
Now, I mean, yeah, they might just be in their moment.
You know why he's top 5?
What?
You know why he's top 5?
Why?
Because his go-to shot is unguardable, and it's the most consistent go-to shot besides Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic go-to shot is like a 70% shot. It's that little hook shot he does. His go-to shot.
He's better than LeBron.
He's better than LeBron right now.
Better than Curry.
He's better than Curry right now.
Dude, you are barking out your ass right now.
I'm speaking the facts. I'm the biggest Steph Curry fan of all time. Yeah. And I'm going to say right now, I'm going to say right now, he is top 5 in the league. Jalen Brunson. Who you're picking? You would pick Jayson Tatum over Jalen Brunson?
Yeah,
I wouldn't. And Jackson said it to us yesterday too. You know what I'm saying? The reason why though is because his go-to shot is that mid-range. He can get to it. He can post little guards up. He can beat bigger guards off the dribble. He can score whenever he wants. Jayson Tatum settles for sidestep threes and he makes them. He had 40 points last game. I'm not disrespecting him at all. But Jalen Brunson's go-to shot is more consistent. And you can get it at any point in the game. And he's the most clutch player in the whole NBA. The most clutch player in the whole league.
I don't think he's a top 5.
Well, Randy said Luka in the chat. It's hard to argue Luka, but hey, Luka don't play no defense. I know Jalen Brunson's not the best defender, but he tries. Luka, he can't stay with anyone. He can't stay with anyone.
Hey,
and his go-to shot, Luka's go-to shot is not as easy or, consistent as Jalen Brunson.
I'm going to say he's top 10, not top 5.
Jalen Brunson's top 5. After this playoff run, he is top 5.
I mean, I really don't think it's ridiculous to say that, especially they're going to the Eastern Conference Finals. We know that.
I would rather have Jalen Brunson than Shai.
Tyrese is a top 5 player in the league right now.
He might be top 10.
No, he's top 5. He's top 5.
He's not.
His passes are unguardable. Nobody can get his pass.
His passes are great. He's probably second,
Tyrese
third
is the best player in the league right now.
No.
I'm a Pacers fan.
Now they're just talking.
Yeah, I'd believe
now you're just talking.
That's what I thought you were doing.
No, I really mean this. Jalen Brunson has shown so much. And before this playoff started, I wouldn't say he's top 5. I'd say he's top 10 in the league. But now he's beaten the Celtics. He came back from down 20 on his back. He did it all. He did everything for his team. He didn't come out of the game.
I got no argument.
He can get to any spot on the floor he wants, and he's hitting threes.
LeBron, Giannis.
LeBron is
Luka.
40 years old. Come on.
He's still better than him.
He's not better than Jalen Brunson.
the anchor.
I would rather have Jalen Brunson than Luka.
I love you, Jackson.
Because he's in shape and he's a dog. Luka is he's cool, but he's not a dog.
He's cool.
He's not a dog.
I think that's just hate.
I like Luka. I'm not hating on Luka at all. I actually like Luka.
Too much hookah.
Too much hookah. Too much hookah. But man, the Mavs really LaMelo cooking 1v1. Oh my god. 1v1, we're playing real basketball. Jalen Brunson
used to be believable.
Yeah, rage bait is real right now because Jalen Brunson is that guy. I'm trying to think of who I think is actually better than Jalen Brunson, and I'm struggling. Giannis, maybe.
Bro, if Jalen
Jokic
Brunson,
for sure.
If Jalen Brunson wins an MVP next year, then yes, top 5.
What if he wins Finals MVP this year?
No, it's got to be
Finals
MVP.
MVP is more important than regular season MVP.
It's got to be MVP, dude.
You agree? Finals MVP is more important than regular season.
I mean, you could say that, but nah, not really.
I mean, if people were going to hold it above Steph's head for so long, then it's got to be pretty you know, important.
If the Knicks really win it all, he might be the 3rd best player in the league. Jokic, Giannis.
That's insane.
Who else? Give me a name, please. I'm waiting.
Luka. You just named
Giannis and Jokic
Luka, Giannis, and Jokic are better than him automatically.
Okay, Luka is probably right behind Brunson, but you didn't even say Shai.
Shai is also 2.
Shai's not better than Brunson.
Yeah, I like Brunson's game.
Then why is Jalen Brunson not MVP conversation right now?
Regular season is different. Regular season's different. Playoffs is when it really matters, and when you really see who the clutchest player in the league. No. Why did Shai not win Clutch Player of the Year?
Why are the Knicks not number 1 seed?
Because the Cavs and the Celtics were better in the regular season.
Bro, no.
Regular season is out the window at this point.
We're not talking. So we're talking about playoffs. We're talking about playoffs.
And Jalen Brunson's been the best player of this entire playoffs.
You're excluding every other player in the league right now.
Yeah.
Just because they're not in the playoffs.
Who is not in the playoffs is better than Jalen Brunson?
De'Aaron.
Okay.
Nah.
This move.
Wemby.
Maybe. Wemby already? Bro has shown us nothing.
I'm gonna still say.
Yeah, he's gonna be. He's gonna be. Give it a year or two.
Dude, no.
Oh, he's also only been in the league 1 year on a lottery team. But they're going to be so. He might be next year, next year, Wemby might be the best player in the league.
No argument against that for next year with Wemby. That's a good pull. But give me some more names. Is Anthony Edwards better than Jalen Brunson?
Oh,
dude.
That's close.
Put him in the finals, and then
that's close. Yeah,
we
don't see that. That's going to be the matchup.
We're definitely going to see.
And I'm excited to see that one.
So there is the argument where Jalen Brunson can fall to like 7 or 8 in the league.
I'm not mad.
It just depends on your preference. Like, because I'll pick Jalen over Shai because I like his game better than Shai Gilgeous.
Let's agree to disagree.
Unethical.
That's a great argument.
Unethical.
But yeah, we'll definitely see. I think the rankings of this, in our offseason rankings, it's really going to matter what happens the next 2 rounds.
I'm going to say let's try and circle back to this next year.
Yeah.
If Jalen Brunson is an MVP conversation next year, then yes.
He was an MVP conversation this year. He just wasn't top 3. He was like top 5, top 6.
Yeah, top 5, top 6. But then when it goes to
his first team All NBA,
but they're not really going to get that many votes. They're not going to be up there.
True.
But if he is top 3 next year, then
if they get to the finals and not even win, and like New York's back, bro, Knicks basketball's back, I could see them getting the MVP award as early as next year if they're good in the regular season next year.
I mean, and then also if they're back to where they are again because it's going to be tough to get back there this year.
Yeah,
it's going to be tough to have the same record.
Yeah,
I mean, actually, not really in the East. The East is going to be
they'll be definitely up there.
They'll definitely be back
there.
But
for me, I mean, it really all comes down to what happens with the next couple series. Like if the Thunder win the finals, I definitely have Shai over Brunson. Like I just have to. You just have to. You have to go off what just happened.
Yeah.
If the Thunder win the finals, then Shai is top 3 in the league. If the Knicks win the finals, Jalen Brunson is top 3 or top 5 in the league. If the Pacers win the finals, Hallie might have that conversation.
That is true.
It just really depends on what happens.
That is true.
Who else am I forgetting? The Timberwolves. Yeah, if Anthony Edwards, if he wins, I'm saying he's top 3 in the league. it's going to be hard to argue because it's all so close with these guys. It really just depends on what happens this next couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Ant's game.
To give my pick, though, I think Ant's going to be the
So you
best
think
out
that-
of the young players. Like once
Going
it's-
forward.
Yeah.
Besides Wemby.
I could see that. I don't know.
I mean, it's tough to compare Wemby and a point guard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think.
Yeah,
with how well-rounded Ant is, I
Yeah.
could see Ant kind of being that kind of top.
Yeah. If the Timberwolves even make the finals, then he's going to get so much respect on his name. I mean, he already does, but
It's their
especially
year.
taking out the Warriors now without Curry, whatever. But
It's their year to lose,
Yeah.
honestly.
if my favorite finals would be Timberwolves and Knicks, because then we'd get the Cat against Randall, the guys that got traded for each other, and they have DiVincenzo, and then Brunson and all those guys. That would be cinema.
That's actually
That's what Adam
that's a
Silver
great
wants.
finals matchup.
I don't think Adam Silver wants the Thunder in the finals, but hey, we'll see.
I think Adam Silver's matchup is done. I think what he wanted is long gone.
Yeah,
I
he
think
doesn't
what
care
wanted
anymore.
is the Mavs
He
to get
wanted
the
number one pick.
pick.
Yeah.
After the Lakers eliminated and the Celtics went
Yeah.
down, he's just like,
I don't
we
care.
got to get the Mavs. Like,
Yeah,
my money's gone.
yeah. If it's the Timberwolves and the Thunder in the next round, I'm rolling with the Timberwolves. But if whoever wins that, if the Timberwolves win, I'm saying Ant's better. If the Thunder win, I'm saying Shai's better.
Yeah.
It's all just so
I agree
close.
with that.
It is.
Yeah.
That kind of just reminds me of like the past conversations. Like, last week we were very high on the
Yeah, the Kings. Yeah, we were feeling really
we
good about the
come in,
4-game win streak, and
we're just
now
like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah. Before we move on, why did the Mavs let go of Brunson? It's a great question. They could have had the best backcourt in the league with Luka and
Bro,
Jalen Brunson.
Was that Nico?
I think
Nah.
I don't know.
No,
Better not have been.
It was a
bro.
while ago.
Mark
Better
Cuban
not have
was
been.
still a majority
Yeah,
at that point.
and they didn't want to pay Brunson. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Knicks wanted to pay him.
That was a
and
lot of money.
Definitely
there.
paid off. Because he wasn't even a starter.
Did
at that
Jalen
point.
leave as a free agent?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He wasn't even a starter
was
at that
6
point.
man,
Yeah,
yeah.
he was coming off the bench for them.
Okay.
But yeah, we can go on to the Warriors Timberwolves series. Oh, my ICU pick. If you guys have any,
I have a few.
Mine. Oh, you have a few. Nice.
Yeah.
Mine is Jonathan Kuminga. Sadly,
Okay.
He's getting his points.
Been thrown in and out of the rotation.
Yeah.
Like, I feel bad for him.
He's gone.
He's gone.
He's leaving. He's leaving the Warriors for
Under
sure.
sack.
Who?
Kuminga.
Yeah.
He's gone.
No, I mean, he's had a couple good games in the last, since Steph's been out, but it's just, he's a little bit, kind of reminds me of Malik at times, where it's like you gotta kind of live with the
That's true.
dumb stuff that he does. But
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's had a good couple of games, and I think he should have been playing.
Well, it's tough because ever since Steph's been out, he's been playing good, and it's because he doesn't have to think on offense.
Yeah.
When he's playing out there with Steph, he plays horrible because he has to think
Well, yeah.
about, hey, where's Steph? Where's Steph? Where's Steph?
But then
And,
I saw an article that was like Steve Kerr in one of the late season games got mad because he looked off Steph to go create his own thing. And that's just that's what I'm saying. You got to kind of live with that if
Yeah.
you want to develop him correctly. I mean, he's been there 4 years, him and Moody, bro. That situation is
They got a ring.
crazy. They did.
They got a ring, but they weren't really playing.
They wasn't doing
They
shit.
weren't playing. They were rookies when they got a ring. But yeah, Kuminga has been dropping points, but I mean, that's really all you can really say about it. It's just kind of, and no one else is going to score.
Yeah,
If Jimmy last
he's hurt,
game,
bro, but you got to score, gang.
Jimmy last game. So the Warriors only lost by 7. It felt like way more after that third quarter.
Yeah.
Where Ant had 18 points. Randall went off in the first half. He had 31. Ant had 30. But yeah, Kuminga had 23 and Jimmy Butler only 14 points, 5 of 9 from the field. That's just not enough, man. You need to. I thought in the first half when the Warriors were up 2 at halftime that he was just kind of pacing himself for the fourth quarter because the game before he went off in the first half and then got tired in the fourth, didn't score for the final 8 minutes, and then this game he just never turned it on. I don't even understand what he was doing out there. The Timberwolves went on a 17-0 run in the third quarter. Most of that Anthony Edwards.
That's nuts.
Yeah, that he hit a halftime 3. You guys see that when he hit the halftime?
Yeah, I turned around and I said, he's nice.
Oh my God,
Nice.
Jordan could never. Jordan was not hitting that shot. He crossed Gary Payton. Draymond jumped out on him too, and he hit the deep 3.
That is Jordan.
That's modern Jordan. Actually,
Yeah.
Anthony
Yeah.
Edwards is really
nice.
that guy on the court.
Yeah.
He's on.
No,
he's that
I saw
guy.
somebody
On the
was
court.
on the court. Let
He's-
me specify by saying on the court. But he kind of and they were saying reminds him of Magic Johnson aura. Just bro's always talking, little poopy to players on the court, always getting under players' skin, always
Magic.
smiling and running
Yeah.
around and talking on the court.
On the court.
On the court. Let me say
Specify.
that.
But yeah, I kind of like that. I haven't seen too much of Magic's game, I guess, but I mean the smiling.
Not
I was gonna say
like
more
the
Kobe,
game, just like
Yeah.
the
aura,
mannerisms and
the
the aura. Yeah.
I was gonna say more Kobe though, but then you're also right because Kobe was never laughing.
Kobe was
Yeah.
never laughing.
Kobe was not laughing
Kobe-
like that.
It's not
He,
that
He
way.
was talking.
He would talk.
Yeah.
And he would figure out what language you spoke
Yeah.
and talk crap to you in that language.
Yeah.
But
There's a video
Yeah.
of Ant that I saw yesterday in the Lakers series. He hit a shot. He's running back, and he goes, "Yeah, you like that, JJ? You like that,
like
JJ?"
when he's laughing
yeah.
at KD last year in
Yeah.
the playoffs when he sent KD home and
Yeah.
he hit that shot on him, is just walking back on D, staring at bro, laughing
And
at bro.
He dunked on KD last year. That was disgusting.
Yeah.
Nice.
So now
he's one of them ones.
he's
bro.
collecting all the Infinity Stones. So he beat KD and Devin Booker last year in the
Yep.
first round. Then he beat Jokic,
LeBron
and this year he beat LeBron and Luka.
and Luka.
And
It's
now,
gonna be
I mean,
Curry.
does that count though? Steph played 13 minutes in this series. I don't count it. But, I mean,
but-
you could still put on the resume.
Hang on.
Uh-oh.
Right now, I'm kind of agreeing with
Wow.
that. What,
Spotlight.
man?
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Hello.
Spotlight. Go.
But we look at it now. We say like, yeah, it's not really going to count because Curry's not playing. Like he's played 13 minutes. But in 5 years, if Ant wins the ring, we're going to look back and be like, he beat Curry there, he beat LeBron there.
Yeah.
So nobody's really going to remember this series like 10 years from the line.
True.
Like,
I mean, they're not going to remember Steph was hurt, is what you're saying.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a good
That
point.
sucks. It's like every other year with the Warriors in the playoffs, man. They either win the finals or they're like, set up to, and then Clay tears both his ACLs,
Yeah.
or KD tears his Achilles, or now
Yeah.
Steph's calves.
I'm
Like,
still saying if Steph didn't get hurt in game one, the Warriors win the series. I still am confident in that take.
if he was
I mean, it's
played
probably
all, if he
over.
played all the games,
Yeah, if he didn't
yeah.
get hurt. I mean, they
That's
won
much
game
closer,
one
yeah.
and they haven't won since game one, so they've lost 3 in a row without him. But he only played 13 minutes in game one, and all 13 of those minutes mattered. Obviously,
I mean, that's what
Yeah.
I said.
I think he had 13 points.
I think
in
I said
13
that at the
minutes.
beginning of the series. I was like, the Warriors are going to lose this if they don't have Steph.
Oh yeah,
Like,
there's no way.
There's no way.
Well,
that
I
they
mean,
could win
it-
that.
Kuminga had 30 in game 3, and Jimmy had 33, but no one else showed up.
Yeah.
Pods went 1 for 10. That was
Exactly.
my boy.
They don't have that confidence from
Yikes.
everybody else.
Yeah.
That's crazy that like the difference between Steve Kerr with Pods and Kuminga, because it's like he'll let Pods lose the game for him out there on the court, but won't take him out. Or like, and he put Kuminga in for Pods in the last game, and Kuminga was in there for about a minute and 30 seconds, and Pods already back at the scorer's table ready to come take bro out. Like I don't get the thought process there.
I mean, he's had to play Buddy a ton of minutes, but I feel like Buddy also has that super short leash.
Yeah.
If he does 2 things in a row that you're just like, oh, come on, Buddy, and then he's getting taken out.
And
for
that's
Pods.
not to say that they're buns. It's just
Yeah.
they're right now having to do more, especially Pods. Like he's probably not, you probably don't want him to be a point guard, always running the point guard,
Yeah.
but he kind of is.
He has to,
And
but
he kind of has to.
it's not his game really.
Yeah. So
He's-
like maybe they should have been doing more Draymond, at least on offense, being the
Yeah.
point guard. But
Well,
yeah, it's just he's
Draymond
gotta
can't
do
play every
more.
position at once. He's playing
Yeah,
center. He's
that's
playing
true.
point guard. He's playing power
gotta put-
forward. He's
They
doing
gotta
everything.
Put Loon
Wait,
in, bro.
who's
Put Big
doing
Loon in.
everything?
Draymond.
I know, yeah. It's just funny to
Draymond.
say.
I'd rather see Jimmy run the point more, man. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, or even that. Yeah, just you could
Go get
have
your
Pods
buckets.
on the floor, but like let him look for his shot. Like
Yeah.
let him catch and shoot. Let him. I mean, he's good. He's good at driving too. Like he's
Yeah.
a really underrated finisher. Like
Yeah.
let him do his thing. Without, I feel like it's kind of the Malik thing. Not to always relate everything back to the Kings,
Always.
but it's like it's just not what they were been doing, obviously, and it's not something that it's gonna just come right away. He's not gonna be a good ass point guard
Mhm.
right away. you know?
Yeah, he just does. He's not. That's not his game.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be mad if we saw a little bit more of Pat Spencer minutes. I think every
Dude.
time he's came in this series, he's
That's
been a
the
dog.
homie, bro.
Yeah, he's a lacrosse legend. He's been a dog this series. Yeah.
He
so-
just clocked out of
You
his
ever
9 to
seen-
5 the other day.
yeah, exactly.
You ever seen his
Back and
lacrosse
forth.
highlights, bro?
Yes.
They're honestly sick.
You know what's crazy is you guys know my friend Sebastian from London. So he was born in Maryland, and that's where Pat Spencer and his brother are from. And Sebastian played on the same AAU lacrosse team as
Really?
Pat Spencer. But Pat
Sebastian
Spencer
played
was in the
lacrosse?
older one, of course. But
Yeah.
he played at the same time. They were both playing in that same
That's
AAU.
sick.
There was AAU for lacrosse?
Yes, in Maryland. Yeah, or it's not AAU, but it's
Oh.
like a travel team, or
That's
the
pretty
same
sick.
thing.
Yeah.
I just know it by AAU
No,
because basketball. But
I like
was like,
lacrosse more than soccer, but not to get
No,
into any of
come
that.
on,
bro.
that's hate.
Get
That
outta
is
here.
hate. Ted Lasso, come on.
Nah, dude.
All right, well, let's jump on to the last series, the Knicks Celtics. I mean, we talked about my boy JB a lot already. Got into a heated debate. That's definitely gonna have to go on the TikTok. But
For
so
sure,
the
bro.
Knicks
That was
are up.
so
That
fun.
was
That
a
was
good
pretty
debate.
fun.
That was actually a great debate. The Knicks are up 3-1 on the Celtics. Brunson has 39 and 12 assists last game. You mentioned Mikal Bridges, a huge 23 points.
Yeah.
My dad actually said yesterday, he was like, man, who's that wing the Knicks got? And I was like, OG? No.
Mikal?
Yeah, and he was like, you guys talk about him. And said Mikal. And he was like, that's what Malik needs to be like. Sounds like you, always comparing to Malik. And I'm like, dude, Mikal Bridges has like
No,
the
see, but
longest
that-
wingspan
yeah,
in the
that's-
NBA.
That's
Yeah, I
funny.
wish.
That's funny. Me too. I wanna
The
be
Kings
like that.
definitely need Mikal Bridges because that is like the perfect
Yeah.
player for any team.
Yeah.
He's just the
Scott,
perfect
go get-
3-and-D wing.
Go get Cam, bro. Just go.
Cam who? Johnson?
Johnson.
Oh, that's a great.
Bro, we do kind of need Cam Johnson.
Yeah, we need.
Nets
Cam
want DeMar?
Johnson.
They want to keep
Um,
tanking.
I'm down.
They down?
Dude, honestly, they might,
Yeah.
I might take that.
Well, yeah, Cat had 23 and 11. OG had 20. And Mitchell Robinson had 8 rebounds off the bench. So that was big for them. Tatum had 42, 8 and 4 before he got hurt.
Oh my god.
He was cooking, man.
RIP.
Jayson Tatum. It was Tatum versus Brunson. It was a show. And then, yeah, the
Sim-
Garden was rocking. It was a fun game to watch. Knicks came back from down 14 in the third. Brunson was doing it all.
Almost another 20-point comeback.
Dude, 3 times pretty much.
3
this series.
times.
That the Celtics have just absolutely blown it. Pause. But
Shout
Karl
out
Anthony
Milo.
Towns, I noticed about Cat, man. He's so gifted on offense. He can score at any point. He can hit a logo 3. He can take someone off the dribble. He can post up. He can do it all on offense.
Not you about to score on me.
But he has so many bonehead plays. And Tibbs, every time Cat does a bonehead play, it shifts the camera to Tibbs, and he has the same reaction every time. He's like, "Oh my God, what are we doing?" Like he's so mad at Cat, and
Bro,
it's so funny.
You know who Tibbs reminds me of? If you know, you know. Damn it, now
Kyle
I forgot his
Shanahan?
name. No, what's Coach Nobis?
Oh my God,
That's who he reminds me
that
of.
is hilarious. Yeah, he does actually.
Shout out
remind
Coach
me of
Nobis.
Nobis.
Wasn't he watching the show?
He does, yeah. He follows.
Oh,
he
shout out,
subscribes. Shout out to Nobis. But yeah, Tatum was doing everything for Boston, and then he got hurt. And Jaylen Brown didn't step up. He only had 20 points. Derek White had 23, but yeah, no one else really stepped up.
Hey, they
Luke,
need.
what are you doing? They love you.
They love you.
They want you solo.
I was
Cam.
like, what do you
Why
do,
is he
bro?
doing that?
Yeah, I mean, Jaylen Brown, he needs to do
Over
it.
here.
He needed to do what he's,
Get close.
what he's talking about,
Close to
and
that.
go crazy and be the number one. And Derek White got to turn back into Steph, because that's how they won that game the other day. Dude, I was sitting in my room. I'm like, Derek White's got like 35 right now. He's literally prime Steph.
Yeah.
This is how they always win.
That's how they always win. Either Pritchard or Derek White will get hot.
Yeah.
But Jaylen Brown, I said it earlier, he claims he's the best driver in the NBA. Ooh, I'm so scared.
Of a car, maybe.
Yeah, of a car, maybe. Definitely not with your left hand, Jaylen. No, I'm not hating. He's tough. Jaylen Brown's really good, but
Jaylen Brown's nice.
he might be gone, man.
I think he might
Celtics,
go.
yeah.
Nah.
Randy's
Jaylen Brown's gonna have a career year next year with
True.
Jason
That's a
Tatum
good
out.
point. But the
Like-
Celtics, I mean, if they
hey,
lose,
no, well, he might be gone though.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I
The
I don't think
Celtics,
he's gonna
Shave the salary.
the cap space, they're not going to be able to have Porzingis, Drew Holiday, and Jaylen
maybe
Brown
it's
and Derek
Porzingis,
White.
though. I
Yeah,
probably-
Porzingis has been
Porzingis
buns.
He's buns. He's
He's
also
been ass.
older than all of them. Like,
He's been bad.
Bro,
He's
that
just not a
that
good
dude's
fit
been
for
in
him.
the league
Yeah.
for so long.
Who,
bro.
Porzingis?
Yeah.
He really has it.
They already
though.
have so many 3-point shooters. You don't need a 7-foot big man to shoot a 3 ball.
Yeah.
You need a big man to
To get
stay
him
and
down
down
Al
low.
Horford
Al
also is
Horford
40 years old.
is going out the league soon.
They need a real center.
They got to rethink their the
Yeah.
whole structure right now.
Hey,
Yeah.
they want
Don't say
Domas.
it. Oh, for Jaylen Brown?
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
I'd
You
trade
would-
Domas
you
right now
wouldn't do
for a
it?
hurt Jason Tatum
I
when
said-
he's
Oh,
going to be
yeah,
hurt
what?
for all next year.
That
I
was-
was like,
1000%.
I was like, oh,
You were doing it?
yeah,
I'm doing it.
dude. Honestly,
The league is more based on like good wings than
Yeah.
like a semi
now
great
especially.
big.
I'd send DeMar and Domas.
Oh yeah, me too.
Like,
in a heartbeat.
clear out that cap space.
Get him out. Get him out.
Give
Give me Jaylen Brown.
Give me Jaylen Brown.
Hey,
man.
I'd believe you the best driver in the league if you put that Kings uniform
Put
on.
that-
That's for sure.
Put that Sacktown uniform
We'll
on.
clear out for you every time.
Come to the West Coast Boston.
Just don't shoot.
Yeah.
Just don't shoot it because
Don't-
you
don't
ain't,
pull threes.
you're not making it.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, well, that's pretty much everything on the unpredictable NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
Has this been the craziest playoffs ever, though?
That
It's
I-
hard to say
for
no
the-
because it's hard to remember, you know, but
Yeah, I'll say
no, it hasn't.
No.
I'm going back to the
2002 games.
No, going back to 2012 again, when it was the Thunder. Hey, I'm not laughing. It wasn't that funny.
Gotta relate it back to the King.
We always
No.
do.
No, it's pretty funny. 2012 when OKC had Russ, KD, and young James Harden, and Miami
they made
Heat,
the finals?
I'm in the Heat.
Well,
But that was an easy final. I mean, we still haven't seen the finals this year yet. So
I wasn't watching ball back then either.
Ball?
So. Ball.
Ball.
I was not watching ball back then either.
I,
So,
I just remember looking back at that, and I was jumping up and down.
that got me
And
into basketball.
That got me
That
into
finals.
basketball.
That finals got me into
Heat
basketball.
Spurs?
I remember where I was watching that finals. I was waiting at a phone store. My dad or my mom was like getting their phone fixed or something, and it was like T-Mobile, and they had the TVs in there. And I was watching it was like a replay of like the last game of that series, and I watched like the whole thing, and it made me like love basketball.
Yeah.
So shout out to that, and
Shout out
Steph
that.
Curry did too. But yeah,
Shout out that.
shout out that.
And then I wanted to add a little bit of a thing to Luke's Lock of the Week.
Okay,
Luke's Leg Day.
parlay. Yeah,
It's going to be
Hitting
called
legs.
Luke's Leg Day. That's
Okay.
going to be the new segment
I
for
like
it.
it.
Get my phone.
I don't do legs.
So I got a five legs for you on
Oh.
this one.
Cinco.
Jaylen Brown plus 26 points.
Definitely.
I feel like
hitting
that's
that.
going to be easy without
Has
Jayson
to.
Tatum.
Has to.
And then I got Cat plus 19.5 points.
I like it.
Jalen Brunson plus 1.5 threes.
I like it for sure.
Miles McBride plus 7.5 points, rebounds, and assists.
Okay.
Deuce.
If
Why
he
did-
plays a lot,
Why do
I
they
think
call
it's-
bro
that's
Deuce?
I don't know.
I think
His
he's
name's
gonna-
Miles.
So
Because every time you guys say Miles McBride, I'm like, who?
I know. I used to think they were two different people.
Deuce.
Two different.
Uh,
Yeah.
For a
Who
while,
are
I
you
thought it was
talking
two
about?
different
I'm
people. I
gonna
was like,
say-
who's this?
I'm gonna say the Knicks go up like a lot in the third quarter,
Yeah.
and then Deuce comes in and closes it out.
That's a
that
good
gets
call.
And then Drew Holiday,
Under.
no, plus 21 points, rebounds, and assists.
That's
You
only
better.
$10.
Yeah.
You better step up. $10 wins you how much?
$10 for $110.
Oh, okay. Crash out parlay today. The crown is yours, never
Luke's
hers,
leg day.
king.
King.
Yeah. Luke's leg day. I like that
I'm
new
sick,
segment.
bro.
Luke leg of the week. Where are you
Giants
saying?
are losing 8-2.
Giants. Who are the Giants playing?
D-backs right now.
Oh,
Oh, that's actually not good for them.
Yeah.
They're
Actually.
right behind them.
the
Don't-
A's though.
Hey,
Let's go.
shout out.
Sacktown.
Helping us out.
I was gonna say Oakland, but
Say
Let's
it.
go Oakland.
Hey,
Let's go
hey,
Oakland.
Let's go
we're
Oakland.
gonna be there
Nate's
for the
not here. We're
playoffs
not gonna
probably.
let him in trouble.
FJF.
We're probably gonna be in the Oakland Coliseum for the playoffs when we make it. I think that's what they said, or in the Giants Stadium, which would be so
I don't think
stupid.
they
So,
will because
I would
the
be
Giants
so
are
mad.
probably going to make the
I will-
playoffs.
Yeah.
So
Don't
I
do me
would
like
be
that.
so mad if the A's play in the
Wait,
Giants
so did
Stadium.
they really
this
say
playoffs.
that? They would go back
It
to
was the beginning of
Coliseum
the
if
year.
they make the playoffs?
I think it was either or they play in Vegas.
You have to, right? You can't.
play in SAC, dude.
They should just- they honestly-
You can't do it inside.
What'd you think
Yeah,
of?
you can't do it inside.
Oh, I mean, I guess that was earlier in the year when you went, but I saw someone make a video about their experience going to the A's game, and it was just completely trashing it,
There's
and it was a little disappointing.
so I mean I kind of will trash it a little bit.
Yeah.
There's no spirit.
no
Like,
spirit.
there's no spirit.
It's very
They
true.
take the spirit out of the park. First of all,
Yeah.
it's like you walk in and there's a lot of things you can't do.
Yeah,
And then like so at every MLB game, you're able to like lean on a fence and like
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
watch over the
yeah,
game.
yeah.
I think I went on a rant a little bit about it, but they take away that. So like when the game's going on, you can't go up to the fence in the outfield and just like
Yeah.
watch the game.
No.
They're like, hey, you have to be like 3 feet back from the fence.
Oh.
I'm like, what? What are you talking? Like, what's going on?
That's weird.
You can't
Like
can't
when
do
you're
this.
on the lawn out there.
When you're on the lawn, you
Oh,
can't
wow.
be anywhere near the fence when the game's going on.
Huh.
Like maybe during like practice and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
But then like, and then they're just so contradictory. And then there's a bunch of kids that are leaning over the
Yeah.
fence. Like they're fine. They're doing this. They're doing that.
Yeah.
And then
It's kind of
seats
just like
going
a
around
minor
to
league
seats. Like
baseball
it's just a
experience.
minor league
Yeah.
baseball experience. But then I go down to my bleacher seats and I kind of sit like away from this big group because there's nobody else like down the row.
Mhm.
So I get away so I can kind of like spread out. They're like, hey, we can't have you like taking another person's seat. I'm like, nobody's been here for like 4 innings,
Dude,
5 innings.
Nobody's
I was
been
just-
there since opening day. I mean, besides the Yankees series,
Yeah.
They're
that
like,
was pretty
well,
good.
I need you to sit like over at your seat. I'm like,
Yeah.
just go crowd in between them.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
all
see,
right,
and it's
cool.
the fact that the the workers don't even want to be doing this. I mean,
Yeah.
some of them are just doing it to be they're like, oh, more power, let's go. But like some of them don't even want to be doing this, but they're just like, they got to enforce it. And
But then you go to a River Cats game and they're like, all right, you guys are fine.
Really?
You guys are good.
For me, going back to the Coliseum, when I was, going there as a kid with my dad all the time, every playoff game, a ton of games in the regular season when they were good.
Mm-hmm.
I fell in love with the sounds of the Coliseum. Like when the opposing team would have a mound visit, it would go all that different stuff. Like there's so many things I can add on to that the sounds of the Coliseum were just iconic and literally made me fall in love with the Coliseum. Like could literally bring me to tears right now thinking about it.
For as much as it probably did need some renovations, I always loved going there. Like especially the last couple years.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's charmed because it's old. It's one of the oldest, sports stadiums in the United States.
Exactly. My dad was going to that Coliseum when they were in the World Series in the 70s.
When they won 3 in a row.
Yeah, when they won 3 in a row. And it was the same Coliseum. And, going to the A's game in Sacramento, there's no sounds like anything like that when the opposing team has a mound visit or the A's hit a home run. They don't play anything cool. It's nothing like that. And I thought it'd be the opposite because, a couple years ago going to a River Cats game, no one would be there. And all you would hear is the annoying sounds that the sound system would play, over the top sounds, like cartoons. It was too much. Yeah, it was way too much. Star Wars sounds.
And they were just
but now they don't do any.
We're just unique, bro. I remember the first time you and Ron took me and we sat in right field. I was like, this isn't normal for sports stadiums. And
that right field is different.
It's a unique experience. And there's so much you could walk to the side of the stadium and look across and be like, damn, the Warriors won 2 finals in that building right there.
Crazy.
Yeah, it just sucks, bro. But I hope they do make the playoffs because if they really are going to use it, baseball deserves to be back there at least for a little bit. And that's what it's going to be.
Shout out to Randy in the chat. It sucks, though, because the players on the A's just hate playing at home.
Yeah.
They don't like playing in SAC because there's never A's fans. It's never hyped. It's not even a major league stadium. And you can tell they don't like playing in SAC.
So we have the best we have the worst away record. We have the best away record and we have the worst home record.
We saw it last night. They played in LA, beat the Dodgers 10-1.
11-1.
11-1. Jacob Wilson. Did you see when they put the position player in, Miguel Rojas late, and he was throwing it was 30 mile per hour, and the A's were just sitting back and hit 2 home runs in a row.
Yeah.
But shout out to Randy. He said the stadium in Vegas is going to be clean, which I agree with, and I think they're going to be excited, but the fans are not going to be as good as Oakland fans when they were good. No. Definitely true. I mean, why would people in Vegas want to go to a baseball game?
That's what dude.
It's not going to be sold out.
They're also pushing for an NBA team right now too. So
I think NBA would probably get a lot more love in Vegas.
Yeah.
That would take away from baseball, though. That's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
So that would suck. Yeah.
Baseball, I always feel like baseball atmosphere during playoffs is way different than anything else.
Yeah.
But especially in the Bay Area at the Coliseum and even at Oracle, it's a different type of crazy, bro. And it just sucks that there's only now it's just the Giants. That kind of sucks, bro.
I wonder what the A's are going to do when they make the playoffs this year because they're 100% making it. We said it before the year started. They're making it.
We still have to make that bet.
With who?
What?
With nobody. We just have to put money on the A's winning the
playoffs. I was thinking about that yesterday. I was like, damn, why didn't I put money on the A's making it?
We actually have to put it. We need to put it.
It's probably not good odds right now because they're above 500.
I should have done it for you guys.
I bet it's still down.
I should have
done it. I bet it's still down. But yeah.
I was talking to my dad. I'm like, I'm about to put money on the Giants right now to win the West.
Hey,
let's not win the West. But.
Live bet right now. So the A's play the Giants this weekend?
Yeah.
In San Fran?
Yes.
A's win that series.
What are we betting?
$10.
All right.
A's win that series.
All right.
And 10 push-ups.
All right.
Yeah, you got to win both.
Hey,
you got to win both.
I'm trying to think of another bet.
I know.
You give me something to do.
Say Jacob Wilson will have more hits than who's the best hitter on the Giants? Jung Ho?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jacob Wilson's better than Jung
Ho. Well, Jacob Wilson.
Mason Miller never going to see fans go crazy,
bro.
Oh, Randy, you're going to make me cry.
What do you say?
Mason Miller never going to see fans go crazy like they did for Ball 4.
Oh,
hey, at least he did get a year of it. And then the end of the last year was kind of they were packing it out and everything.
I guess.
He did get to experience
for 3 games.
It's not the same, obviously, but I mean, it got pretty crazy in there. Even the Giants games last year when I was there, those were fun. Just because there was people there.
Yeah.
No, there was a lot of A's fans there too.
They show out.
The A's fans, they don't let, especially Giants fans. They're like, nah, we got to go to the game just so they don't go to the game type shit.
If you place $10 to on the A's to win the AL West right now, you win 170.
That's not bad.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
We got to bet
We got to do
We
that.
got to throw like 50.
I'm more
each.
confident in the wild card though, because there's so many wild card
We can
spots.
do
I think
multiple
we're in
bets.
it. Yeah,
We can do
true.
multiple bets.
I think we're in the wild card right now. But yeah, Randy, going back to that, me and Luke were definitely in those right field bleachers. Definitely a lot of games going crazy to the ball for. Even the next year when the Doolittle happened and it was even different.
Dude, I lost my voice so many times with you about that. Out in the right field.
One of the best games we ever went to was against the Orioles.
Donaldson.
Manny Machado versus Josh Donaldson, and Josh Donaldson hit a walk-off 3-run homer in the ninth inning.
He called it.
I think you said I called it.
Dude, you leaned over.
Argue.
So first Coco Chris is a little dribbler, and he gets on first because he is pure speed.
Go.
And then Cespedes hits like a little base hit blooper to the right field or center field. Coco gets the third. And then when Josh Donaldson's walking up, it's like 4-2 at the moment.
Yeah.
And Tyler leans over to me. He was like, Josh Donaldson, walk-off homer to center field right here. Like first or like second pitch.
To the Holy
like
Toledo
that.
sign.
Yeah.
Bro, shit you not. Just spanked it out there to center. Losing our voice, hugging each other.
Dude.
And before that, sorry, Ron, but I'm gonna call you out here.
Uh-oh.
You like
Ron was
maybe like an inning
He's
before the ninth. You're like, hey, you guys want to get out of here? You guys want to go?
Bro,
He always would say that, but we'd never leave.
be glad
like,
you
no,
stayed,
I'd
bro.
never let him leave.
We're not going.
I was at with my Papa Benji. I was at the Giants-Rockies game in
Yep.
2013.
But
Where
gone.
Pagano hit the inside of the park walk-off. Left in the 7th inning, bro. I heard it on the radio. I woke up in
I
the car
remember.
to it on the radio. I was so mad.
That's
But he's, my Papa's an older guy. He was trying to beat traffic, get out of there. I wasn't.
Walk off
You know.
inside the park home run.
that's insane.
Actually insane. But yeah, so shout out to baseball, man. A's gonna sweep the Dodgers. Shout out to Jackson if you're listening. We should have bet with you that the A's would beat the Dodgers this series, but we'll get you back on the Dev.
I can't
Giants
can't talk too much because Micah and my dad and my mom
Dodger
are all Dodger
fans.
fans.
Oh my
You
God.
should have been talking to them. A's got to be buyers at the deadline, man. Facts. We got to get some bullpen help.
Mhm.
Oh no. Well, it looks like
That's
it's time to close.
Oh, that's a good sign.
That's
Yeah.
a good sign. That's
yeah.
not a good sign, right? there.
Well,
That fell
all
down.
right. We're going to close out on Beam City Sports. Been a fun episode. We will be back at the bar. Sorry about last week. We recorded a bar episode, recorded it in slow motion. That was on me. Couldn't get the video working, so that was depressing.
They're making
Paid a lot
hearts
of money.
pop up.
Yeah,
bro.
I don't know how they're doing
Hey,
that.
they're liking it.
Hey.
Hey, shout out everybody in the chat, bro. That was
Shout
fun.
out everybody in the chat.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll be back posting on Sunday the bar episode. Randy, pull up if you want. We want you there.
Randy, we need Randy trivia.
We need Randy trivia.
Ooh, we do need another.
We need Randy trivia bad. But all right, we're gonna close out. Go subscribe, follow us on everything. Yeah, we'll be back.
Like,
Great
share,
episode.
comment, subscribe,
Thanks,
everything.
gang.
Tell
Cheers.
your moms, tell your sisters.